Doc on the Run. We help injured runners run.
Should I expect to have some pain when I return to running after healing a plantar plate sprain? Great question. That's what we're talking about today on the Doc on the Run podcast. Now, one of the most difficult things to treat as a runner who is really running is a plantar plate injury. I've had one. It's really frustrating because it's a very small ligament. It takes very little to aggravate it, to irritate it, to stretch it, strain it, injure it further when you're running. So many doctors tell you to stop running. I help you try to figure out how to not stop running or how to stop running as short a time as possible and really move the thing in the right direction as fast as possible and then get back to running as quickly as possible. And he asked a really interesting question. He said, should I expect to have pain as soon as I start running? And I basically said, well, if you do, you're doing it wrong. Because if you're having pain, you're stretching and straining the ligament in a way that is predictably going to re-injure it. So you have a couple of options. Number one is that you can just wait so long that it's so healed that you couldn't possibly make it hurt. That's one way to do it. That's kind of the normal way to do it. I don't usually do it that way. I usually try to help you figure out what it is that you can do to maintain your running fitness while the thing's healing, and how to pay very, very close attention to the discomfort so you can tell whether or not it's actually safe enough for you to go to the next level of activity. And you don't do increases of activity every 4 weeks or 6 weeks or however long it was the doctor told you to wait before you come back. You do that on your own by tracking your pain, tracking your discomfort, and making small incremental jumps in activity so that you know if you barely did a little bit more than you did before a few days ago, how bad could you have screwed it up? But you should not have pain. So if you're just having pain and you're pushing through, you're just going to have trouble. So no, you should not expect to have pain. Some weirdness, yes. A full feeling, maybe. So discomfort, maybe. But it depends on what that means. So if we were doing a call together, I would explain to you exactly like what I went through and what I thought was acceptable and what was unacceptable. But pain, sharp pain, pain that reminds you of when it started or when it was in its initial phases, that's a bad thing. You do not want to have that. So make sure you track the pain, the discomfort, you figure out what's causing it, and don't do that. Now, if you like this episode, please like it, please subscribe. And if you haven't checked out the Plantar Plate Masterclass, where I go into a deep dive of all of the exact strategies I do use with athletes who are trying to maintain their running fitness and get back to running as quickly as possible, you can get it for free, docontherun.com/plantar plate masterclass. So come check it out, and I'll see you in the training.
Doc on the Run. We help injured runners run.